Hey everyone, it's Depth here, and I'm going to show you how to use the Escrow Dapp that I deployed on Beresheet testnet. So this is my first full stack blockchain application that I built 100% on my own. So it's in kind of a beta phase. There'll be updates in the future. So basically what an escrow is, it's a safe way to, or like a safer way to transact between two parties that don't know each other. So an example is if you want to mail a product in the real world to someone else and they would want to pay Edge for it. So the buyer can deposit the correct amount and the seller can see how much is deposited. The seller sends the product over, and then once both parties are happy, both the buyer and seller press the approve button, and then it gets paid out. So it's kind of locked in a smart contract in the in-between phase. And then there's also a third party, so the escrow owner that plays an intermediary between the two parties, and their job is to settle the dispute. So I'm going to go through the best case scenario where you put money in and both parties press approve. So let's get started. So first step, if you're here for the first time, you connect account. It should be prompted when you enter the website for the first time. And then I'm going to select owner. And then, so I just want to make sure that the owner is the only one that's connected. So I'm going to connect. And if you see your address up top, then you know it worked. So I'm just going to make sure I'm using the owner account. And then I'm going to show you the Beresheet network. So this is the network that the application is on. So for the first time, you'd fill it out here to add it. I already have it, so this is what it looks like for me. I'm going to exit out of that, go back to the escrow app, and make sure you're on the correct network. So in this case, it's Beresheet. So the first step is to create the new escrow. This stuff up here kind of like explains how the escrow works. So for your first time, you should read through that. So now I'm going to refresh the page and you'll see other escrows pop up. So now we're going to add a new one. So create new escrow contract. And then we're going to hit confirm. And then you can open up MetaMask again. And then you'll see the create contract is pending. So after that has gone through, then you can refresh the page again. So the contract has been created. So we're going to refresh. Then there's a new one. So we're going to copy that address and paste it in there and load escrow contract. So on top, there's a bunch of information. On LiveNet, it might take a little bit longer to load. So right now I am using the owner's account. So the owner's job is to fill out the form. So the seller address, buyer address, and initialize the contracts. Right now it's uninitialized. So I'm going to hop back into my MetaMask account and go to the seller. So I want to necessarily connect. So I'm going to copy the address, then paste that in there. You want to double check that it's correct, as always. So yeah, so it's 0xDEB. And then I'm going to grab the buyer. And then the fee percentage is how much the escrow owner makes on top from the transaction. You can leave it as 0, but this example, we're going to put in 10 for 10%. And for the block number is the time limit. So it's kind of like the expiry date of the escrow. So you pick a block number in the future for how long you want the escrow to go on for. This will vary from chain to chain that you use. So long story short, like that's the current block number. So I'm going to pick like a block number much higher than that. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to choose 1,000,000 because that's a cool number. All right, just making sure that's 1,000,000. So now we're going to hit init escrow. We're going to hit confirm. We're going to open MetaMask again. Dismiss. So I want to be owner. So it looks like it went through. So we're going to refresh. And then just go back home and reload it again. So yeah, it's initialized. So now we want to connect as the buyer. Then we're going to hit connect. And we're going to deposit. So right now, it's not optimized for whole numbers. So you'll have to add 18 zeros at the end. But that'll be an update in the future. So this is 5 edge that I'm going to send or deposit. So I'm going to hit confirm. I'm going to check MetaMask and see that, and you can see that it's pending. You just got to wait for it to go through. All right, went through. So now we're going to refresh. So go back home. And load it again. And then you'll see the deposits there. So this keeps track of all the deposits that are made to the escrow. So now we're going to approve. So seeing as we're the buyer, so we're going to hit approve. Then confirm. You'll see it's pending. There it went through. And then to see if it updated we're gonna go back home and refresh and load the escrow again. And then you'll see a buyer has approved, or buyer approved true. And now we're going to connect our seller account. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, account seller. There it is. We're going to hit connect. Now we're going to hit approve. Confirm. Then we're going to wait for that to go through. All right, so it approved and the seller got paid out. So didn't get 5 total because the escrow owner took a little bit, like 10%. So we'll reload the escrow and you'll see seller approved true and buyer approved true. And that's how much the seller got. And that's basically it for the Escrow Dapp in the best case scenario. And like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this as I document my process of blockchain development. Catch you in the next one.